look crazy. You look crazy. Let me show you all. I'm ahead. I'm just into y'all. We on our way to a mortgage lender. So I'm just gonna take y'all along the ride with me. Ooh. And I even asked, hey Coco Woo, hey Woo, he with me and my brother, but let me see, let me flip it over. We here, we about to go look at, talk to this mortgage lender for another house that we are looking into. So I was like, let me take y'all along with y'all. You know, I'm going up here to talk to this mortgage guy because we looking into another house now. My other house is about to close on, and we looking for another house. Me and my brother, we looking for another house, and we about to go up here and talk to him about this. And hopefully he let me record. And if he do, y'all can see some information about if y'all thinking about owning a house, thinking about buying a house, you know, take y'all along with this journey, you know. Look at that long road, y'all. I tell you, Baltimore is beautiful, y'all. Y'all be slipping on Baltimore, but it be beautiful out here. Over here is over here. Y'all be here. Be here.
¿Cuándo están cobrando?
Right, they get long. There you go. There we go. We don't doing it though, but we.
¿Es todo?
I think it's over there.
Yeah, it's 48. Yeah. ¿La voy a buscar? Yo te puedo la larga.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. 8640, yeah. This is it right here. And he says sweet.
All that is so good. Yes, it's only because they the car. Thank you so much. So you got my water? Oh, so here we go. We here. We here. Let me turn around to him because I don't know if he want to be recorded yet. The guy. What sweet he is?
201.
201. So, and I'm looking cute today. You know, when you go, you busy, probably look cute. Let me turn around. We looking for, huh? Let's go. We're 201. Let me see. 201A. I mean 202 to A. So let's go in here. Is this it? Oh, here you go.
Hey, Billy. How's it going?
Hey,
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. How's it going?
Good.
Constantia, right?
Constia, yes.
Awesome. Come on over.
Yes. Record it?
Me? No.
Yeah, okay. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so I was like, I might as
I
well
just followed you.
tell all the
Hey,
time.
well, I gotta get more on there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So-
don't worry. A lot of people gonna be subscribing to y'all because I
Okay.
told them to
Hey.
come to y'all.
Hey.
So,
Well, good deal. Well, it's nice meeting y'all.
yes.
Thanks. And I know we're thinking about purchasing property, right?
Yes, I'm already in the process of purchasing one already,
Okay.
but he gonna be a home time. So I'm thinking about like the conventional loan
Okay.
that they can go on my credit and we can go in there together.
Okay.
So, but he'll be the first time homeowner.
Okay. Well, so first, I'm gonna write some stuff down. Well,
Okay.
Okay. So here's a card for each of you, right? My wife's usually here with us. She's finishing up on an inspection, so I needed her to be there too. But these are both our cards, just in case. Hey, that's us.
Yes, that's them, y'all.
But let me write that down real quick. So you are already in the process of applying?
Yes.
So just writing that down. So when will that one be completed?
That will be completed in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so within 2 weeks. Because I remember you were the first time home buyer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Weeks. The one question that we know about the different grants that are out there for first time home buyers, right? No?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
so?
don't know.
Yeah,
We don't
no,
know.
Both don't know. Okay.
No.
So if you're a first time home buyer and depending on where we're going to live in Maryland, there are certain grants that you could possibly be approved for.
Oh, wow.
But you can't own any property. So you don't own a property.
No, he don't own
But
one.
you will.
Yeah.
But then you were saying you were going to try to buy it together.
Yeah, like a conventional loan or something like that.
So if the only problem is then it would disqualify if you both are on the loan.
Okay, he could just be
Okay,
on
so
there
just
though.
in case, so we can still roll that route. I just wanted you to know because what you said, I'm like, well, because I was already thinking some ideas on like finance side, to try and try and help you with.
Right.
But do you by chance have any other questions so far, or anything that you've been thinking about? Because we can go that route. We can see what you get qualified for. I work with like 2-3 different lenders that you both can try.
Oh, good. Yeah.
That could go over the different the programs, and I want you to call them all, like both or all three, just so
Right.
you can. Who do you feel comfortable with?
Right.
I work with them, so I know they're all going to be great.
Yeah.
But you might mesh well with like Sean, or Laura might just connect with you that day. You know,
Right.
it's just whoever you feel.
And
most
do all of
comfortable.
them do with first home?
So the ones that I do refer to you, that yes, they will do first home. And then
Okay.
if you're like, let's say you were thinking about buying a home like a second time, you want to
Yeah.
try with me this time? No, I'm just
Yeah, I did. I did.
I have people who just mostly deal with like veterans or second time home buyers because then they're more of a broker and we can kind of shop a rate for you.
Okay,
But
so yeah,
the
I
programs
definitely-
are just more definitive and set to a standard of how you can get. So only like certain banks can do that too.
Okay. So
But
that's good.
any questions? Because before we kind of go into the role.
Yeah,
and
no.
everything?
No, that's it. That's
No?
all the question I had.
Well, cool. Well, I'll introduce myself a little bit more, even though I was on the phone. I think I kind of introduced, but
Right.
you know, I'm Manny. I have 16 years of sales experience throughout different industries, and I actually spent a good portion of that in personal finance and retirement planning with clients that had about 100,000 to about 2 million in the bank. But I came to real estate to build business for myself, be proud of my income. But if you have you ever purchased like a car? You purchased a car?
Yeah.
Been around other salespeople?
Yeah.
Maybe had bad experiences?
Yeah.
And then you had good ones, right?
Yeah,
Well, I came into business because I know there's a lot of agents out there that don't put your needs first.
Right,
Or
they
are really
don't.
just thinking about themselves. So, you know, coming from the financial industry, you know, we had to be there for our clients and put their needs first because they wouldn't be giving you any money or, you know, trying to build their, you know, their portfolio
Portfolio.
with you, right? So it's like, well, we need to do the correct thing, obviously morally, but also business-wise
Right.
too. But we want to get you to the finish line is pretty much what I'm saying.
Yes.
So
I'm trying
I
to-
wish my wife can go over her history, but she has about 15 years of sales experience and product management. So same thing. We're here together, just like how I told you on the phone. If one of us can't get there, or there's an inspection, I'll be here, or vice versa. That's why you have her card too. But
Yes.
Very easy to reach.
yeah, very easy. Yeah.
Very easy to.
So what? So what about yourselves?
We are basically you kind of already know what, and she thinks she's likes the
I'm like this
property.
YouTube channel thing. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to follow you now. I'm trying to see what he
Yeah.
likes. They're like, hopefully you don't talk bad about. No, I'm joking.
No.
I mostly eat on my YouTube channel, but I'm getting
Okay.
into other stuff. So I
Okay.
do mukbangs on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm also a caregiver, so I do caregiving full time. And I started YouTube about 2 years ago.
And how's it
I
going?
got good. It's going really good. I got over like 3,000, 4,000 subscribers there.
Okay.
And I'm basically just looking into like doing real estate estate opening up because I know there's a lot of properties in
She
Baltimore.
wanted to leave to Texas because her style of houses, she said, is not in Maryland. And I was
Okay.
like, Maryland is big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kind of
Find
Yeah.
what
house
you're
I
looking
want,
for.
I want
You
the
can
big
find
high
it.
top, the big ceilings. I want in my bedroom. I want a bathroom in my bedroom.
I'm
But
take it all down. Go ahead. Yeah.
you
so
know,
like
the kind like
cathedral city-
Yeah.
the Texas have, like I always see them in Texas houses.
Yes.
And I've been looking. They got the bedroom and you got the bathroom in your bedroom. You got
Yeah.
the,
So you
all
just like
that.
it all. Yeah.
Yes, and I
Open
like the
floor
high
plan?
ceiling.
Open,
yes.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing I want. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna buy in Baltimore, and after that, my end goal to retire and start rent them out on my property and move to Texas
Yeah.
to get something that I can really and see myself that I want. Like,
Yeah.
But my brother's like, you gotta look all around Maryland,
Yes.
Baltimore. They can
There's a
have
lot.
what you
Yes.
want.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
She looked in Baltimore. I was like, look in Maryland.
Yeah, you gotta look around. I mean,
Right.
there's the counties,
Yes.
that
Yeah,
depending, and
the
depending if you
counties
go
got
south
a
or north.
lot of like high tax rate when you go into like the
city's
county.
higher.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't get that much. Like for the house I'm paying, the tax is not
So,
really that much.
I was with another client. We were looking at in like Federal Hill. Well, the taxes were like $9,000 there. And then
See?
if you go to Canton, they were 6, like 67, 7, depending where you're at.
See, that's
But
not
you
bad.
come out to the county, they're like
Mhm.
up this county, like 3,600, $4,000.
See, I live in the city, so
Okay.
Yes.
the
And
city is like pretty not that bad at all.
No, well, but you're paying almost double because so I have a townhouse about just shy of 2,700 square foot, so it's kind of with the
Ooh,
basement, so it's kind
yes.
of big, right?
Yes. I see.
And I think my taxes are 3,600.
That's not
I'm
bad.
up in Hartford County,
Oh,
so
that's
it's,
not that bad though.
and the prices are about the same. We were just looking with my same client. She was looking in the 300 to 400 range,
Mhm.
right? And those taxes are $6,000. Where I'm like, that's where my
Yeah.
place is at, and it's way bigger. Like I still had like another like 1,200 square foot on those houses out there. So that's what I'm trying to say. You want to kind of get to explore.
Yeah,
other
that's what I did. I
spots.
want to
Yeah,
explore, and I
right.
want a lot of like space.
Yeah,
I got 3 babies, so I want a lot of
Okay.
space.
yeah.
I want it like, I want like that private neighborhood and not that much going on.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of quiet neighborhood, something like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Okay.
looking for.
So quiet neighborhood. That's what you're also looking
Yeah,
for. as well, too?
absolutely.
So pretty much the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're okay with the city as well? I think you said, right?
Yeah.
City, county. You're
That's what
okay.
Maryland is one.
So we're just open, areas open. Anywhere you don't want to be, any specific? Some people say, I don't want to live in this one spot, or
I don't know. We open because
Yeah.
we
Okay.
live everywhere. Like
Yeah.
on our town, we live
Okay.
almost
So many
everywhere in
places.
Baltimore.
Okay.
So and in Maryland. So we're open to everywhere.
Not by the shore.
Not by the shore.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
By-
Eastern Shore.
No, not by the the harbor. Or,
Oh,
'cause,
okay.
they were a little raised over time.
Well, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So not right off the coast.
So we're like townhouse,
Yeah,
townhouse-ish.
absolutely. All of
So if we're the city, there's more like row.
Mm-hmm.
Counties, townhouse, condos.
You
No.
said you like condos.
I did say I like
don't know,
condos because the landscape you
Yeah,
don't have to worry
yeah,
about
doing
that kind
exactly.
of stuff.
I don't
did.
mind doing landscape.
He don't mind,
And
but
I want gardens in my house. I want,
right. So we want gardens, so we don't want to do condo because
No,
they would
condo
do their own.
eliminate that.
Yeah,
Yes.
they would
So
do
no
their
condo.
own stuff.
Townhouse road, they'd still give you some portion depending
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
I've seen options where they concrete everything. So
Yeah, exactly.
that'd be
That's
tough,
how.
but-
Right now, that's what we got. Our yard is concrete.
concrete,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you do see them where the back is, they have a little bit of grass or something.
Yeah.
But you can do a garden, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but I can work on it with the concrete.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
you can put it
Yeah.
like flower beds or
Yeah,
pots, like,
exactly.
yeah, the-
Yep.
yeah. So if it's just mostly for you, what are you thinking? 2+ bedrooms, 3+ bedrooms?
Like
what are
2
we thinking?
and
But
2
he
baths.
could be like 3 because AM's gonna be staying.
Yeah, but that's also, but it might be one like in the basement or whatever. But yeah, like 2 or 2 bed, 2 baths,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe 3 to 2 3 bedroom, 2 baths, but 2 and 2.
Yeah, especially if the prices is like the same.
Yeah,
you can
that's
get
what I
another
said.
one.
That's
you
what I
know?
said.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, and that's one thing. Have you looked into where you wanted to fall on that price range, payment wise? I mean,
Yeah, around 80-ish to 90.
yep, that's what we say, around 80 to 90.
okay, all right. Okay, and then have you talked to anyone on finance side at all, or not so much?
Not really. I
Not
mean,
really.
well, the one house we got, we bought straight from the owner.
Okay.
Yeah, we bought it
So we
straight
didn't
from the
have any
owner.
really.
Okay. Okay.
But that been a long process for
Yeah,
you said it's
because it
long.
was
Yeah,
the
he's
first
very-
time. It was our first time.
Yes.
It's my first time, so this be my first time being a homeowner.
I gotcha.
So it was so rough. So
Yes.
I was
Slip work,
like, let's
slip
go
work.
see Manny and let's see what he say because we just knew. So we
He
had
was
to.
skeptical about the realtor. I was like, you need to. That's why they exist.
Yes, he was like, go
Professionals
see a
exist
realtor, and
for
I'm
you to be
like,
able to
I ain't
take
got no more
advantage of
coins
that.
to be.
Correct.
Yes.
Or think of it like, so it sounds like you just bought it straight from them, and then you're just kind of flying at the cuff in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You don't,
Yeah.
you're like, I think I need to do this. I'm
Exactly.
trying to do
Right,
that.
I don't know
Yeah.
what he's obligated to do before I buy the
Correct.
house
Exactly.
or
That's why I was
anything.
like, nah.
So that's where it end up at. Like he told me, like anything else, this is what it is. If I'm gonna pay for anything else, I'ma charge go up on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's where the real estate agent really comes in to help out, right? We've
Right.
been through multiple, how many times of going through selling a home and buying homes that we're like, okay, this is what we can do. This is what we want to inspect.
Right.
This is what we can try to get from them. Things of
Right.
that nature. So that's why we are valuable. Yes,
Mhm.
you can get it done by yourself. You know.
Woo,
He went
not
up
your
on the
first
price.
time.
Though.
You
He
see?
closed on the price and then he went up. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, that kind of stuff
Would not happen.
Right.
Right. He'd been like, yeah, no. Like,
Yeah.
we gave you this
We're
contract.
done.
It said
No,
we're buying
man.
here. You
And
don't.
then I didn't know anything about earnest fees.
Okay.
And he charged me $3,000 for earnest fee, and that's the price that he could have deveined for like $100 or even $1. I looked it up on any like an earnest fee come from him to make sure that you could pay it. He charged me like $3,000
and
earnest
then he
fee,
went up again on it.
and then he went up on the earnest fee, and I was like. Okay, but I was like, okay, so I looked most of everything up on the internet, like on YouTube, to find out like what all this stuff mean.
Yeah.
And people explain it to me. My brother was like, next time we do this, we just
We
gonna
have to do
go
real-
Yeah.
to realtor.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, especially because we have partners like the finance,
Right.
The lending aspect. We have title
Exactly.
agents. When it comes down to inspections, we have people who I know we've been through the scenario multiple times, and they're going to give us the
Right.
right information.
yeah.
So that's where it does help. So but
Yes.
it sounds like you're doing a
And-
great job,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting there. You got 2 more weeks.
Right, I got 2 more weeks, and I then paid everything. I wait till the last minute to do the earning fees and everything. So
Okay.
only got I'm on the brink of closing, but then I'm like, if Manny talking something now, I'm like,
And that's what I
You
think
know.
I pictured him. I like 200 different.
Okay, well, there's a bunch there, yeah,
Yeah,
but, and
it's
it
so
depends on
good.
where I fell, like, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm in the top 3, and then it'll push me down to the
Yes.
top 10.
Yeah, you were a little down on the list, but I read it said you had like 2 years of experience.
Yeah.
Which I saw that you looked older, so I knew you had to have prior experience
In other fields,
And then exactly.
Exactly.
Because if it says you've been in this field for 20, 50 years, it might not be as important to you.
Correct.
And exactly.
I
I've
get
already
people from that.
closed.
They're like, yeah, I pass the people who have 20 plus years in it, and you do see it.
Yeah, because they
20 years
been in
doesn't
it.
mean they have a whole bunch of
Exactly.
experience. I met a
Right.
lady who said she's been in it for 30 years and sold 10 houses total.
See.
I've been at just shy of 2 years, right? So it says 2. It's like
Right.
2, so it's like right there.
Yeah.
And I think I'm at like 25 transactions.
Yeah, and
I
That's
knew
it.
he
and I
was
missed
in
3.
different-
Well, actually, it's more than that. It's really like 30, but you can't see the other 5 because I was on a team.
Right.
And I missed 3 months last year because I was transitioning to here. So I'm like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
they-
knew it.
You see
I
what I
knew
mean?
it.
So it's
So
like-
I'm about to say, there's no way
They
it's
don't tell the
2.
whole
There's
story,
no
but
way.
my brother was
It
like,
has to
"This
be-
is the
I know it's
one."
more. 'Cause
Yeah.
Just 2, he must have had experience in a field for so long in another field.
I just got out.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I bring up the 16 years of sales experience
Yeah.
because I spent a good portion of sales in like retirement,
Exactly.
personal finance. Which you're like, well, retirement and personal finance, how is that sales?
That's-
Well, it's still because we had to sit down with clients,
Yes.
understand what their wants and needs
Yes.
are, and then it's like, well, okay, well, you said you want to retire when you're 50, right?
Right.
Well, okay, well, we need to know this about you, and then it's like, well, here are the products and the vehicles that we think will work for you.
See.
So you see what I mean? So it's going down that
All of
direction.
it.
So it's still sales, but it's more of a professional
Right.
version of it.
Yep, it's all in that circle.
And
Yes.
then prior to that, I did like 7 years in automotive sales, new cars.
Yes.
So you know what I mean. So I did that, learned that, a lot of great
And that's
experience.
one good field to be in,
Drove around
because
with
that's how
strangers
you
in
learn.
cars. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you learn. That's one of the better ones.
They were like, you like that? No one killed you yet? I know. I know.
Hey, man.
But yeah, so it's been a great journey. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, and then I'm continuously learning too. That's one big thing that if you don't see or ask the other agent like what's some of the books that they might have even read. So you're like, well, why would books even work? Well,
You got.
well,
You
yeah,
gotta read the
you
books.
self-education,
Part of
right?
it.
It's
You
like,
have
all right,
to.
well, I'm teetering at like 205 titles in the past 5 years. So, I mean, I just
And what
rolled
was
through
that
self-development.
study? People that read tend to be millionaires. Or
They
who
try
was
to
it?
be. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
get there.
4 or 5. If you
That's
read
what I'm
4 or
trying to
5
get there
hours a
too.
day,
Like, we
then
on the
most
same
likely
thing. We
you'll
trying
be
to get there.
millionaires.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's
I
what we
mean,
trying to
the
get, y'all.
average CEO, I think, reads 50 books,
Yeah.
45 to 50 books a year.
Mhm.
See?
And then, those guys and gals are like
Yeah.
awesome. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
And that's what they recommend.
and they do, and it's just all self-development is what
Yeah.
so I mean, but it could be randomly anything. It could be, well, how do I talk? How do I do this?
Yes.
Well, how do I walk straight? You know, I mean, it's just
Posture,
random stuff. You're
Yes.
like, why'd you listen to that? Well, I just wanted to learn about that guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's fun. But
It's going to all, at the end, it's all going
Yeah.
to come together.
You get
Correct.
used
That's
to
really-
working on yourself and
Exactly.
realizing I need to be better no matter what level I'm on.
correct.
So
Yeah, exactly.
once you get used to it, you get addicted to it.
Yeah,
Like,
stop. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just read this book that said you should try listening at 2 times the speed. I'm like 2 times the speed.
Yes.
But that was like flying through it. I said, "Wow, that's too much." I said, "I kind of just enjoy it at one time, so I'm just gonna enjoy it because I was like,
Yes.
actually use this for
You gotta
enjoyment."
absorb that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what are you familiar? So since I've learned that you didn't have an agent, you were doing it yourself the last time.
Yes.
I mean, going through that process, what questions kind of came up? Because I think that'll help me understand how to. kinda
A
go
lot
through
of the contract work.
contract.
A lot of contract. It was not
because it
even
was
a
blank, yeah, it was one
page.
Jeez,
2
okay.
paragraphs.
Okay.
About that long on my page.
Yes.
Selling the house. Give me this money, I give you a house.
Okay.
And I nope. We need to
Okay.
go to a realtor. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And my bank refused to. My bank was like, no, he need to
You need a
sign this,
contract,
the
yeah.
lead paper, all that, the realtor paper. I'm like, he have to sign these.
Yeah, we had to
So
go through the
Okay.
FHA and all that.
yeah.
And kind of, well, lending type questions.
Yeah.
And,
What else kind of popped up? I think you had mentioned like inspections, right?
yeah, inspections, earnest fees.
Yeah, the earnest money deposit. Is
Yeah.
that what you meant by that?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
He raised that on you?
Yeah.
Yes, he told me
Is
it was 1,000,
Okay.
and then he
1,500.
yeah
Then you do
1,500.
another 1,000 on it.
Then he do
Okay.
another 1,000, and then when I looked on the internet, it said that he can set the price any way he wanted. But most likely, when you doing loans like that, you want to set it as low as possible because you are already going to get it. But he was like, it'll come off of the loan.
Well, so yes, so that is all true.
Okay.
Here's what the earnest money deposit really does. So in the contract, when you have it, it states how much you're willing to put up as an earnest money deposit. Yes, you would particularly want it to be as low as possible.
Right.
But if we're going to go and compete against other offers, we want that to be
Right.
higher because the real reason behind earnest money deposit is if you break the contract without it being like your financing or if it was an inspection or is there any, there's no HOA, right?
No.
All right, so you're allowed to look at documents and the last one is, so I saw a specific thing. And then HOA, inspection, appraisal. And then the bank's going to appraise it.
Right.
So if you don't get out with those 4 reasons, like if it underappraised or
Right.
you just financed it didn't come through, let's say you got to a week ago and then you're like, you know what, I like me, I don't want this house, I'm gonna try something else.
Right.
He would keep your money.
Right. That's why the thing
And then
about
if
that.
he raised it, he was just trying to get it. Maybe he's just thinking you were gonna back out. We said. I don't have a contract on me to show you,
Yeah,
but it's
just
right
to
on
protect
the
them,
contract. It says this is what our earnest money.
See, I
deposit
didn't
is.
even give him that
Yeah.
yet. I'm supposed to give him that today.
Okay.
So I didn't even give him that yet.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I
I'm
wanted to come
like-
here before he's like, no,
That's
don't pay
what I
nothing,
mean.
don't
Yeah,
sign
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Right, I didn't sign it or give it to him. I was supposed to give it to today, but I was like, maybe let me see what he talking about first before I even give it to you,
Right.
because I know if I don't go through with it,
Yeah.
you take my money
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah,
get it.
Yes.
exactly. So it's
Absolutely.
crazy him trying to raise it on you because it should have already been in the contract that way.
Right, and his contract was like 1
He said it
page.
was 1 page.
Less than 1 page.
Right.
The page was this big. The
It
paragraphs
said
was
the
was this
property.
big.
It said the
It wasn't a
property
full page.
address, the earnest fee, what he wanted, and then the price of the house. That's all it was.
I'll do something for you.
And also, we don't mind remodeling the house that we live in.
Okay, so
So
yeah.
if the floors aren't where they need to be, or some is not, because one we're in, we're flipping as well.
Okay.
So we are absolutely cool with flipping.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just wrote down elbow grease is fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Because that's big because what happens is there's a lot of people that come and don't can't see the vision.
Yeah, you
It
gotta
sounds
work
like
on
you
your
can't see
house.
the
You gotta
vision.
work
So
on
if
your
you can
stuff.
walk in and like some people can, let's say this was hot pink, and I don't mind hot pink, but let's say it was hot pink
Yes.
in here, right? They'll look and be like, yeah, I hate this house. It just
No.
that paint is
Right.
ridiculous.
Couple $1,000.
Like you can't visualize this in tan, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, but no, like I'm out. I don't want it.
I see, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
love
are.
changing
Yeah.
things. I love removing things, putting things in that I want. I love to create things. Like
Okay.
it can be a house that's torn down and I can see something. Like, cause I want to do banded buildings. Like my
Okay.
brother and I.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, Ty, I want a banded building so
That's
bad. So
gonna
I
be-
can
Yeah, because
do
I
what I
can fix
want.
up. I can build, but I can do a little building and fix it. I can do a little remodeling.
Okay.
So that's why I say little small stuff like
Yeah.
electricians.
Yeah.
That's all I would need. Electricians. I can do
We can
plumbing
find
work
them. We got
myself. Yeah. But,
So yeah, so that's why I started at wanting to band the building, and then the owner came to me like, "Would you just like to buy?" And I was like, "Okay, let me put my abandoned building on hold for this year, and let me work on the house. And the next year I go for the abandoned
Yeah.
building. I go." But then I was like, "Let me go and find another house."
So I was going to show you right here, just real quick. That's what I was pulling up. So this
Oh, that's
is,
what my bank gave me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the
The
real
exact
whole.
form.
Yeah. This is the real whole contract where you put everything in there.
Yep, and
So,
she
I
gave me
mean,
the
your
lead paper
Purchase
form
price.
and everything.
I mean, you're putting in here how much the earnest money deposit is going to be, who's holding it. Technically, you shouldn't even be giving it to him.
Yeah, it's going to Title,
Okay.
Metro
Okay. So it's going to the
Services.
title company.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're supposed to choose off what your financing is, how fast you're going to have your financing, when the deadline for your financing is. We're getting into that you could change your financing at any time.
Right.
Like this whole contract, if you got this, then
Yep,
yeah.
that's what I
okay.
got
All
from.
right,
That's
good deal.
exactly.
I didn't want to go
the
through, but then there's
Yeah.
even more. Like
Yes. Little nuggets there.
you saw this too, right? But this is on the same contract.
Yeah, that's on the same
But
one.
these are all the things you can add to it to protect yourself as well
Yes,
too.
indeed.
Okay, so I didn't even do that
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah, so that's where there's other things that are
Yes.
okay. We're coming in as we want to do these inspections, and if they're wrong, we can get out of the contract. Like that's in there. Or if you wanted to buy it as is, just to try to beat out people, but you're buying the one
Yeah.
you're in. So.
Yeah, and I've been in there for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, so hopefully
So
he's not
I
trying to
know.
like steer you too wrong, but
Right.
Yeah.
but I wanted to show you that there's a lot of stuff in there that could help you get out and
Right.
not lose that money.
Mhm.
But so we had questions about the contract, questions, lending, inspections, the earnest money. What else was on your mind from your transaction?
Documentation.
Okay, so we
So,
would
yeah, we just went over
we
that
do a
one.
lot like we would do a lot electronically.
Mhm.
I can send it to you. It's just boom, boom, boom. You read through it. Obviously, I'll go through it with you before you sign it. But
Yeah.
we go through it all, kind of make sure you're okay with it, and then it's just real quick signing and send things off. So that one's pretty easy there.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else though?
Is that it? Let me see.
Are you familiar? What you familiar with? The market's going
Um,
Well,
in general. The market. The
it's
real
going
estate
up.
market.
it's going up. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
going
hot.
up.
It's up,
It's
up,
moving
up.
fast-ish, depending on areas and in different pockets. Like Hartford County, certain areas are still super hot.
Yeah.
But then last two of my deals, we were the only offer on. So it's. But then you go on another one and there's 12 offers. So
Right.
It's very.
And they're
Yeah.
telling people to hold on to their portfolio through this.
Well, yeah, I mean, because rates are going up, but the prices still haven't really been coming down,
Right.
right? But the only reason why the price would go down is we're getting closer to a fairer market, which is going to be nice because I don't really like going in saying, okay, you get this much, all my money and this, and I'm going to fix everything too. Like,
right.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to do.
Really, like,
Setting a
it
dream
is-
out here.
I get it if you're like, I love this house, I want to move.
Yeah.
Or I have to move. I get
Yes.
it. That's what you got.
See, no, I'm like that with this house.
Yeah.
I can fix this house up because I lived
Yes.
in it. I got my family been in there, my mom been there. But my next house, I want it already done for
Yeah.
me.
I've always wanted to fix it up.
Okay.
Because you
Okay.
can see it. You know, I can always see it as long as it's not too far gone, like abandoned building. I don't want to abandon. I don't
That's
want
gonna be a lot of work.
But
It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's
um,
nothing. That's just gonna be because I want to become a business owner,
Yeah.
and I want that to be like, okay, when I get my mail sent, because order to get like your business things and things like that, it have to be sent to an address that's not your home address.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I might as well get that while the mark is in and get my mail sent there,
Yeah.
so it won't be my home address because they say it cannot be your home address.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked everything up on YouTube, so I was like, I gotta find another address, and it can't be a PO box or none of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta find another address that I can send this stuff to that's not my address, order to become to get my IRS and all that stuff.
Okay.
So a little bit more.
Well,
So-
you know, there's a lot involved. So there's definitely, and it's great that you want to be the business owner and build out the houses. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
I mean, I thought of aren't they selling some more of those buildings, like blocks for like $1 or something like that?
I'm looking for
I
that.
heard it. I thought
in the
they-
auction.
Yeah,
You
but
could pick
I
it
think
up.
you have to find real estate people to do that, because every time I see them,
Yes.
they are $10,000.
Yes.
yeah.
And more,
Yeah.
and minimal. So I was like, it might be something that real estate they got in there, and they got a little loop that they can go in and
Yeah.
yes,
They've already snatched them up. Now we're
Yeah, it was one right behind us. That's the whole back is missing.
Yeah.
$9,000.
$9,000.
$9,000. The whole
All I got
top
is the
floor
front.
and the back. Whole wall is gone.
Wow.
And I still wanted that. I was like, oh, that can be my great gardener. I still wanted it, but I was like, it's too high.
That's-
Can I
that's
get
what
it
I
for?
said.
Can I get it for
$100?
500? Can I get it for
$200? I'll take
5,000?
it.
Yeah, right.
I'll take it.
I'll take it for 5,000. I'm like, I'm
But
person
still,
that.
like, well, the only thing you have to also look at is, okay, if they're going to sell you that for $9,000, how much is it going to take you to repair that
That's what I'm saying.
whole building? And then you have to take a look at, well, what's the property values doing? Because you don't want to go and spend $9,000 and then spend $150.
Yeah, that's
And then the property value be out there like
Right there.
40,
Right.
you know, or
That is true.
you know, you would at least want to get. Well, you don't want to break even either. Like,
Right.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
you don't want to break.
you don't want to break even trying to buy something like that. But
No.
you just, unless it's going to be rental. But I even think some of those require you to either own them for so long. I'm not quite sure. There's
See.
got to be some
Something in there.
contingency.
Right. That's why I was.
I miss common law. You know, when it was just abandoned, and if you fix it up, then you
Oh, keep it clean.
automatically own it.
They say-
Oh, I got you.
yeah,
Yeah.
just fix it up.
Yeah.
They say if you keep it clean for like a couple
Yeah,
of
'cause it's a
years
dump site.
and you take pictures of it, you can go down to the city and you can get it.
Okay.
And they'll give you a little tax and
Yeah,
all that.
but
You probably
I
have to
don't
pay a little
believe
tax.
it. I don't believe
You never
that
know.
for a
Yeah, you
second.
gotta have to check first. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
no.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
That was now they not getting nothing for free. Nope.
No.
Nothing. No.
So we had the inspections, got that. Anything else on your mind by chance, just so I could kind of know which direction to?
No, that would be it.
No.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do want something in a good school neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big for me is a Whole Foods near the house. That's big for me. I need a market, a good market.
Yeah.
Can't have to save a lot because
I want a good school. You know, the keys.
Close by. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's four good markets.
I can't like create like a listing and say we need Whole Foods next to it, but
Yeah.
we can look. We can
Yeah, you know, within 4 or 5 miles.
Yeah,
Yes.
Good school district. Okay.
But that's a lot of it. Everything else is. Now, if you can find someone with them high ceilings in the bathroom in the room.
Oh yeah,
They
let's
see.
see. Yeah. Have you? I knew. So you went through your bank, right?
Yeah, I went through my bank.
Okay. Have you started getting financed at all? Not yet. Okay. Okay. No, it's not a problem.
Right, and we
Um,
didn't even start
And
on
also,
his credit. We didn't even start on your
Yeah.
credit.
Okay. Okay.
But they said, like, when I was looking at, that's why I was looking at on convention loans. They was like, you can go by my credit because he don't have, like, it's like good credit's like, you don't have no credit. So
Yeah.
it's good.
So yeah, but we would need to start building as well.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna have to, but you're working though, right? Okay. At least 2 years or so.
no. What, like
Well, you've been
less-
working a year and a half.
Yeah.
But still, but at least you've been working for like a year and a half because you're gonna want to start. Do you have a banker that you work with at all?
Yeah, that's the problem. I wanted to
banker.
pick
Who's your
which
banker?
one because
M&T.
she kept on
Okay.
telling me things. You might not want to just sign up. That's why I was like.
Help them on that conventional side.
Right.
But if we're gonna try check out the credit unions.
Right, yeah, the credit
but check-
union
well,
is
just,
like-
just take a look, because depending on how you work with your accounts.
Mm.
Well, so you're working now. You don't have. How do they pay you? Are you just using cash? You don't.
Oh yeah, they usually cash.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.